Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing wonderfully well. Last week we did this battle, Arleigh Burke Flight 2 plus VLS equipped Iowa battleship versus huge Russian fleet. It was a good battle, but you guys requested we do a follow-up using just the Arleigh Burke versus selective Russian assets. So that's what we're doing today. For the Russian asset, you guys requested the Slava cruiser. So today, Arleigh Burke Flight 2 versus 1990s Slava cruiser, or as close as we can get to it. So first, let's start with Arleigh Burke. It's a mod, and all mods I'll put in the video description in case you want to go and try them out yourself. Arleigh Burke in-sea power comes in 3 flights. Flight 1, Flight 2 and Flight 2A. Now, bearing in mind this is going to be a 1990s battle, I like to try and keep things as equal as possible in terms of era. Flight 1 was commissioned 1991, Flight 2 1997, Flight 2A unfortunately 1 year too late, year 2000 that was commissioned, so the best I can have is Flight 2 for today. Don't worry, it's still a very good ship. In terms of its credentials, its long-range defensive weapon is RIM 156 SM2ER Block 4. Range a staggering 250 miles. As good as that sounds, it's probably not going to be used today. More likely, it'll use its RIM 66M SM2MR Block 3, range 90 miles. A pretty decent weapon, and it has around 40 of those. Anti-submarine ASROC, also Tomahawks today. RGM 109B anti-shipping Tomahawk, range 243 miles, 16 of those. And finally, a land attack Tomahawk, C model, and I think there's 24 of those. We have Mark 46 ASW torpedo, a Mark 45 5-inch gun, and 2 Mark 15 20mm Seawiz. In terms of Slava, this has become a little bit difficult, so I get 2 choices of Slava in-game. I get the 1990s variant, which is another mod that I'll put in the video description, or the 1980s variant. I want to use the 1990s variant, which is the variant I've used before in the previous battle we looked at, which puts it in the same era as the Arleigh Burke. But, unfortunately, it stopped working, at least against the Arleigh Burke. I've been at this for about an hour and a half now. What happens is, its surface-to-surface missiles track all the way to the Arleigh Burke, and then in the last few seconds, they dip down and just hit the water. I cannot find out why it's happening. It didn't happen before, it just happens now. I've tried every configuration of Arleigh Burke I can, speeds, aspects, and whatnot, and I cannot get it working. It's unfortunately, sometimes mods just don't work all the time. So we've had to revert to the 1980 Slava, which annoyed me, obviously. However, I did a bit of research between the differences of their primary armament of the 1990s and the 1980s. What happened was the P500 anti-shipping missile was upgraded to the P1000 Vulcan. And I've done some research into what the actual differences were, and it turns out the P1000 Vulcan wasn't actually that different to the P500. Most of its components stayed the same. As far as I can find, all that actually changed is a more gas-efficient motor was fitted, which allowed extra range, which is not going to matter today anyway, and its shielding was replaced from steel to titanium, making it slightly lighter, upping its speed by 98 knots. But bearing in mind, 98 knots when we're talking about a Mark II missile is not a huge amount. So I really don't think it's actually going to make much difference today, if any difference. So I think we're good to go with the 1980 Slava. In terms of her otherwise credentials, her main armament is S300F Grumble, range 50 odd miles, I'm sure you all know about. Close range, we have a Bravo model Gecko, both from VLS. Her P500 is her surface-to-surface missile. Speed 1300 knots, about Mark II or just over. We have ASROC, we have anti-submarine torpedo, a twin-barreled 130mm naval cannon, and 6 30mm Seawiz. She is a really defended fortress. In terms of the scenario today, I usually do 50 miles. It works pretty well for most vessels, but we're in this situation here where both vessels have surface-to-surface missiles, ranges of well over 100 miles, so I figured we'd go for 100 miles. We have AWACS support today because it's not a tactical test, it is a firepower and defensive measures test. Before we go, let's have a quick look at the vessels in 3D viewers. So, Arleigh Burke Flight 2, forward VLS here, Mark 41, aft VLS here, naval gun here. We have a Seawiz here, and a Seawiz here, and her Mark 46s are there. Quite a small ship, but packs a real punch. Russian Slava missile cruiser, obviously based on our P500s, of which we have 16 here. Here's an interesting fact for you viewers. Why are they in these kind of strange cells? Well, apparently it's because the P500 was actually developed to be fired by submarines. I think the Echo 2 class, I stand to be corrected. And so those missiles have to be kept in submarine conditions. I'm not quite sure what that means, but either pressurized or maybe surrounded by water, I stand to be corrected. And therefore they had to basically transplant the pressurized cells from the submarine and just plonk them, crane them onto the ship like this, which is why they look so strange. If you have any more information about that, I would love to learn about that, viewers. We have the Naval AK-130 twin barrel here. In terms of CWIS, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another interesting thing I've learned is that each pair of CWIS is guided by the same radar. So that and that apparently are not independent, which is interesting. Her primary defense, of course, is her VLS, and these are always very impressive, especially for the time. Rotary VLS launchers here, consisting of 64 large S300 Grumbles and 40 smaller Geckos. And that's it, viewers. So we have to make a prediction. I've absolutely not run this other than to do some debugging to make sure the missiles actually work, where I ask the vessels to hold fire defensively, so I don't know what's going to happen. But if I had to have a bet, viewers, well, my experience in sea power is the Russian surface-to-surface missiles are extremely powerful, very hard to stop. And essentially, the Arleigh Burke 2 is still in the era of SM2. So if I was a betting man, I'd probably have to bet on the Russian vessel. But I'm going to hope the Arleigh Burke wins, because it's such a classic, successful destroyer. To get the game started, viewers, if you remember, our gentleman's rules are I always allow the vessel with the slowest surface-to-surface missiles to fire first. That way, we can watch both sets of missiles being fired and judge them, and it won't really affect the outcome of the battle because it'll only be a few seconds. So, set the Arleigh Burke up to fire first. Okay, she's fired almost certainly anti-shipping Tomahawks there, and I counted 4 pairs, so that is 8 Tomahawks out. I'll let the AI decide how many missiles they're going to fire and of which type. Let's allow the Russians to fire. Right, how many is she going to fire? Look how they curve off to the left. I wonder why that is. Oh, I see. It's because I've got them travelling at a different aspect, that's why. Right. Last one. Okay, she's fired 5, while the Arleigh Burke fired 8. That's interesting. We're going to have to technically play as the Russians today, viewers, but don't worry, I won't interfere in any way, so it won't make any difference. To begin with, the P500s fly at a high altitude, presumably to conserve fuel, which makes them vulnerable, but it doesn't appear that Arleigh Burke is firing at them, presumably because the distances are just so high. You know, we're over 100 miles, or 100 miles ship to ship. So being able to spot a missile-sized target is probably not possible. I suppose we can speed things up here, viewers. It's going to be a while, but obviously before the subsonic Tomahawks make their way here. Alright, diving to sea level. Right, here we go. They're going to get in a terminal formation, probably with one aft. Oh, something was just shot. I missed something there, viewers. Right, let's go and watch the Arleigh Burke. It looks like... Oh, there we go. Pause. Let's just see what range she fired at. She fired at a range of 26 nautical miles, so she can't detect those missiles at that range. That's presumably fired on the AWACS track, but I don't actually know. Yeah, RIM 66M's being fired. She is turning towards the missiles. That's interesting. Don't know why that is, but that's what she wants to do. Let's check out the missiles. Missiles 1300 knots, twice the speed of sound, and something just got blown up by, it must have been an SM2 hit. 4 left. 3 left. Missed. Lots of misses. Lots of misses. Oh dear. This could be a very unpopular result, viewers. Stand by. Ooh, hold your panties. Pause. What happened there? One left. One left. Oh, sweet mother of Jesus. That was really close. She left that to the absolute last minute, but well defended. Automatically, the Slava is firing again. No sign of the Tomahawks being detected yet by local or AWACS radar. Presumably another salvo of 5, we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 5. I guess we know that the missiles won't be intercepted at high altitude, so we'll skip forward as best we can. Wait for those Tomahawks to come over the horizon. Now here's the thing, viewers. What you like to see, you say, from the Arleigh Burke, is to fire the land-based Tomahawks first as a decoy, and then follow up with the anti-shipping Tomahawks. I can sort of do that, but it means I have to interfere with the protocol of the vessels, and I wanted to keep everything fair today, i.e. AI versus AI. If I start interfering, I'm going to start messing things up in terms of fairness. And as well as that, obviously, they wouldn't do it in real life. That's never been done, to use anti-shipping Tomahawks as a decoy, so it's a little bit cheaty when you think about it. So let's try and keep it proper anti-shipping versus proper anti-shipping, shall we? Okay, Arleigh Burke 40 miles away from the missiles, or vice versa. There we go, Tomahawks appearing on the horizon. 21 feet, 550 knots, and they look dubiously close to each other, which worries me a bit. Slava is not firing yet. She's relying on her own sensors to see over the horizon as well. Arleigh Burke is firing. Arleigh Burke, now here's an interesting thing. Arleigh Burke can fire at a longer range than the Slava can. Now why is that? I don't know. It's about 25 miles she can fire. Is it because these missiles are bigger? Is it because they're higher? Slavas, Grumbles, and Naval Gunner firing. Here we go, viewers. It's going to be a simultaneous smashy, smashy, boom, boom, which I know you all love, viewers. I just don't think there's enough Tomahawks to penetrate Slava. One down. They're just too easy to shoot down. That's your problem. These guys. Arleigh Burke, do better. Must do better. Why are you shooting over there? Why are you shooting over there? You idiot. I know what that's all about. Why did you miss? No! Oh, the Seawiz hit it. Pause. Right, I've got to have a break there, viewers. Jesus Christ, I was getting my apologies ready and everything. Alright, a thing happened. Oh no, the Tomahawks have failed. This is not what we wanted. The fence is just too good. Well, viewers, it goes on. Firing. So she's fired 5, she's fired 5, she's got 2 left. No. No, she's got 16. No, hang on. No, she's got another salvo of 5, hasn't she? Oh god, the Arleigh's got to survive again. Okay, Arleigh Burke salvoing again for what it's worth. I just don't think you can penetrate without a lot more anti-shipping weapons. She has fired 4 this time. That's interesting. She's retained 2. Well, I did say I'll let AI make the decisions today, and they're making some strange decisions. Right, I can just speed that up now, can't I? I doubt Arleigh Burke can survive a 3rd salvo, viewers, as much as we want her to. One problem with these missiles here, viewers, is the size of the dang warheads. They've got a 1,000-pound warhead. I can't remember what RGM-84 has, but it's much smaller than 1,000 pounds. And one of these will sink an Arleigh Burke, probably. Defensive measures. Come on, do better. Must do better. Yes, 2 left. Come on, come on, come on, Arleigh Burke. You've got the range. You've got the range. Missed, missed, missed. Do better. Yes, 1 left. Noch ein. Come on, smack it in the boom boom. Miss, miss, miss. Seawiz, everything. Fire everything, fire everything, fire everything, fire everything. No, 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 no. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, this is too much, viewers. This really is too much. And out of the smoke and flame she comes. Wow, that... oh, God, and they're just firing again. Sea power can be hard to watch sometimes, viewers. Right, more supersonic missiles on the way, but there's only... oh, there's only 1. Look at that. All right, well, that's what... oh, that was 6. She must... no, hang on. 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. Right, with 1 left. Okay, there we go. Right, okay, here we go again. Well, viewers, it appears you have found a really interesting battle for me. So at this point, I don't know who's going to win or how they're going to win. I can't see anyone winning this, actually. Oh, missile just disappeared. I assume it was shot down. I guess it was never going to threaten the Arleigh Burke. Right. Oh, no, look at that. I just got to the Arleigh. Look, it's out of missiles. It's out of Rim 66. It's fired all 46 or whatever. And no 156 either. So that's... Oh, God, I can't do it in my head. 54? 54 defensive missiles she's fired. And she's now out of ammo. She's got 2 more Tomahawks, but she's not firing them for some reason. I don't know why. She'll probably fire them after her other 4 have done. Anti-land, no use today. Speaking of the devil, here they come. I don't expect them to do anything useful, viewers. The thing about Tomahawks is they're just not... I mean, they're a great weapon, obviously, and they're proven in combat, but they're just not the best at penetrating a heavily defended naval asset like this. A Tomahawk 5 might be better. It does have some stealth qualities, interestingly, but these 1980s ones are they're just a bunch of metal. Slava, out of surface-to-surface missiles, moderately drained of defensive missiles. Arleigh Burke, fully drained of defensive missiles. She's just had to fire so many defensive missiles to defend herself from those missiles. Now, she's got 2 RGM-109B, but she's not firing them. I don't know why. I will interject at this point and fire manually. If I go 2, attack the Slava, and then track. Roger. She's not doing it. They're bugged. For some reason, those 2 won't fire. So there you go. Doesn't matter. 2 obviously wouldn't do any damage. So it's a draw, right? I mean, I can sort of speed up a little bit, maybe? No, that's going to take literally hours to cover that distance. It's a draw, isn't it? It's a simple draw. How disappointing? Maybe? I guess I'll do a Galleon fight now, viewers. I'm not quite sure what to do. I've never had a draw before. Right, welcome in, viewers. There's always a delay of a few seconds before you get into sea power. It's the most annoying thing. So you've missed the first few seconds of the fight, but that's just how it is. So there you go. Galleon battle, 1 mile. Seawiz versus Seawiz. Naval gun versus naval gun. Enjoy. Huh, there's some missiles going up. Oh, this is a fight! Oh, wow, 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 as my baby now says. Who won? Russia won. Russia won. Did he? I don't know who's firing at what. What's going on with the score? Oh, wow. Missiles just went everywhere. I'm pretty sure... No, they've both stopped. Right, who's going to sink then? Oh, this is a weird... You know that time when you find 2 guys that are just too well matched? Oscar Austin going down. She was the first ship of the Flight 2, I'm pretty sure. Is Slava going to go down? Yep, she's gone down. Is Slava going to go down? Damage control. Oh, she might go down too. We've got to sit. We've got to wait, viewers. Rules is rules. No, Oscar Austin! Oscar Austin! Thou art not sinking. If thou believe thou not sinking. And this one's okay. There you go. Bit of fun, viewers. Right, so what we've learned there is that if I set them out to where AI will control them, i.e. not biasing either faction, then they just butt heads and they can't win. Unless they close to gunfights, in which, theoretically, by the looks of things, Slava will win. I've got a little bit of time, viewers, so why don't we replace Slava with Kirov now? I'm literally thinking as I'm going here, viewers, and this may work out terribly, but Kirov, if you remember, it has Grumble defense, has Gecko defense, has a shipwreck as its surface-to-surface missile. As well as that, we have naval gun and about 10 million Seawiz. Quick refresher on the Kirov, viewers. We have naval gun, stern, turrets, single barrel, strangely, there and there. Seawiz, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 Seawiz. We have VLS set at the front with 20 SSN 19 P700s. We have a VLS here of 96 S300F and 40 Gecko missiles. One thing I have learned is I always assumed that she didn't have helicopters because she doesn't have a hangar, right? Wrong. The floor opens up and like a lift like a supercarrier and the helicopter comes up through the floor. Is that not like the coolest thing ever? Anyway, onto the battle. Let's let blue fire first. Presumably the same. 8. Yes, 8. Let's see what we fire. Why does the front bit blow off, viewers? What's that all about? Right, I didn't actually count how many that was. That is 5 again. 5. Alright, here we go. Although they are slower than the P500s, they are rated as more dangerous than the P500s. They fly lower and they fly a bit more intelligently. Diving down before they're interceptable to the Arleigh Burke again. Oh, medium altitude and low level. Yeah, 51 feet. I forgot what P500 was, but this is definitely lower. Slow it down, check out the Arleigh Burke. Now I'm going to make a guess that Arleigh Burke can't fire as far away as against the P500s because the P700s are lower. So that's one reason why P700 is going to be more dangerous, because they're still fast, they're still Mach 1.5 or something like that, but they're lower, so they can't be seen as far away and shot at as far away, but we'll see. 34 miles, speed up a bit. She knows there's an asset, but she can't lock it or whatever. There we go. She fired 17 miles, so yeah, big difference, big difference. Pretty much same formation as the P500, speed 1,050 knots. Altitude 51 feet. So this would have been the predecessor to the P800 Onyx, viewers, which is similar to this missile, but it's much smaller, designed originally to be carried by aeroplanes. They're missing, they're all missing. They're all missing, they can't be hit. That's very disappointing, viewers. They can't be hit. 1 down. 2 down. Oh, do better. She might be able to get one to take one missile to take all of these down. Oh, look at that. Oh, one failed. Pause. I don't know what that was. Chaff maybe did that? I had a similar thing with the 1990s missiles, viewers. That's why I can't use the 1990s assets. They all do that. I don't know what that is. It's something new. Anyway, let's carry on. Oh, I don't know what's happening. I'm going to have to pause it. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Something apparently happened. There we go. We're firing a new thing there. Right, so let's try and ascertain what happened there. 2 were taken out by missiles at dangerously close range, like 10 miles. 1 just flopped into the water. Failure. And that could happen in real life, right? You could easily have a failure. Hit a bird, whatever. And then 1 was duped by the decoy, and then the other, well, I assume was taken out by a missile. I don't know. So she is hanging on by the skin of her teeth here, and she's taken on a freaking battlecruiser here as well. A small-ish ship versus a capital ship with infinite supplies. Right, viewers, so next we've got the Tomahawks, and we know these failed against Slava, so they're almost certainly going to fail against a battlecruiser with more weapons to defend and possibly more sensors, probably a higher antenna, therefore better over-the-horizon capability, blah, 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 blah. You can see how much faster the P500 is than the P700, because look, they've barely reached halfway before the Tomahawks are in. That's interesting. Well, you never know, we might get a lucky one through, viewers, although I highly doubt it. No, it's just too easy to shoot down. They're low, but they're big and they're slow. No, you've got to have something. You've got to go either really, really low, like Penguin low, like Gabrielle low, or you've got to go fast. You can't just dawdle at 500 knots at 20 feet. It's not enough. 30 miles out, so they don't get shot until about 20 miles, do they? Check Arleigh Burke. Interestingly, she's fired 3 missiles this time. So maybe 3 are bugged or can't be fired for some reason. I don't know the reason, obviously. It is what it is, though. I don't think it's going to make any difference. Firing Tomahawks, you've got to have so many to penetrate a Kirov, to penetrate a Slava in sea power. I know it's probably a bit different in real life. Now, I know you're going to be shouting at your screens. You're going to say, oh, you should have fired all 16 or whatever it is in one hit. Well, I can, but if I'm going to do that, viewers, I need to do the same for the Russian asset. I need to fire all of hers. And they're always going to do more damage, so doing that is going to favour the Russians, so it's a non-factor. Oh, shot! shot, madame. Could this be the end? No, she did it again. She did it again. Well, viewers, we continue. Viewers, why are the decks red? Every time I ask you, I get a different answer. I've had for IFF reasons. I've had because they used iron oxide paint. What is the definitive answer? Why are these decks red? I use iron oxide paint to paint the bottom of cars in my other job, so it would make sense, but it wasn't a massive rust prohibitor. There must have been better things for Soviets to use than red oxide, and it doesn't wear particularly well. So again, I invite your comments. Right, how many she fired now? 5 again. They're going to get through. Eventually going to get through, aren't they? War of attrition here. She's got faster missiles, or more penetrative missiles, and she's got more of them. So, you know, battlecruiser versus destroyer at the end of the day, right? Oh, she's fired her extra RGM, look. Now she's fired. She's got 2 left. You're a weird boat. You're a weird boat, Mom. Firing a 156 and a 66. Is she going to run out of luck? Is she going to run out of skill? I know I run out of skill, viewers. Missed. Missed again. Oh dear, that's a bad first salvo. Missed again. Missed again. Bad second salvo. Missed again. Missed again. No, these are getting through. These are getting through. She's missed too many times. 4. We're going to have a loser. We're going to have a loser, viewers. Sorry. Oh, there's only one left. There's only one left. See? Oh, wow, 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 wow. It's not cheating, viewers, or anything like that. That is the normal sea whiz. Well, I don't actually know this, but I assume this. I assume that's just the normal sea whiz that's in game. So we continue, I believe. Right, that's the last. We're going to get another draw, aren't we? We're going to get another draw. Or is she going to run out of ammo? I don't know. Oh, she's out of ammo. She's out of 156. She's out of 66. That's it. She's done. She's toast, viewers. Oh, dear. As my baby says, oh, dear. Oh, dear, Daddy. So why did the destroyer lose this time? Well, it was a war of attrition. They could defend each other. They both had excellent defences, but the size of the ship won the day. This can carry more anti-ship missiles than the other guy. This can carry twice as many defensive missiles than the other guy. So it was always going to go one way. Viewers, avert your eyes, I implore. Do not cancel your Patreon. I've done it fairly and squarely. Okay then, that happened. Well, that's the problem that I've been having with the 1990s vessel. They all do. Oh, they got decoyed. They got decoyed. I don't know. You tell me, viewers. You see the same screen that I see. You know as much as me. I don't know why that happened. Sorry, Russian fans. What do you want me to do? They should have won. I'm pretty sure the Russians should have won that. All the missiles dived into the thing before the guy. I don't know why they did that. Whatever. Let's finish with a Galleon battle and we'll just have to suck it up as a weird day. It's using its anti-submarine. It's using its anti-submarine. It's ASROC. Why are you firing an ASROC? Well, we all knew that was going to go one way, didn't we, viewers? Arleigh Burke, basically atomised by 8 Sea Whiz, 2 massive naval guns, and a friggin' giant ASROC, and there's a minor bit of scratch to the iron oxide of the Kirov. Well, there you go, viewers. It was a great battle anyway. So, Arleigh Burke 2 versus Slava. As best I could do it, and I've explained all my reasons, you know, what I could get working. It was a draw. They ran each other out of ammo, and I didn't have 3 hours to sit and allow them to close to gun range, so I did a Galleon battle, and then Slava won, which is no surprise, although she was heavily wounded. Then we did Kirov, 1980s versus Arleigh Burke 2. They drew beautifully until the very last minute, when the last salvo of Russian missiles just defected into the water and became mini submarines. I don't know what you want me to say. That's what happened. So I personally think the Russians won that, but you guys can argue. And then we did a Galleon battle, and then yeah, there was pure atomization is what happened there. It was a good fun battle, viewers. I enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that as well, and bye bye.